Morning, everybody. Today's pattern, another one starts with a D because we're still on the week of D's, is Dinah by Sandra Hoffner. And we're going back to a sort of a grid pattern. You can do all sorts of things with this one. You start out in your block. You'll notice that this block isn't necessarily square, it's more of a rectangle. And within that, you'll put a line at the top, line at the bottom, and then two in the middle like that. And then it has you putting this line straight down the middle like this next, and then a filled in one going this way. I, myself personally, don't like trying to put one in the middle of two. I just have a hard time with that. So what I will probably do when I'm drawing it is I will put the single line first and then I will aura it on both sides. That's just me. I have a much easier time doing it that way. And then number 3, you'll do these little swoops and lines in it like that, swoops and lines. To me, that reminds me of the Golden Gate Bridge right there. And then you can embellish it in a variety of ways, or hook them together as like a ribbon tangle, which I think that looks really cool. Can you see that one? So might just play around with this one using some proportion or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet because, you know, I don't plan. I'm thinking, do I want to do a whole bunch of them in a row? Do I want to do a grid of them? Maybe I'll do I'll do 3 rows. Make them nice and big so I can see them. And just do 2 in each row. And maybe that's what I'll do. See what this does. I'm gonna make it a nice big grid like that and see what happens, because you know what happens happens, correct? Yeah, I think so. All right, so going to do this. So it's the weekend. Do you guys have plans for the weekend? Today, our church is going to decorate for the holidays. We call it Hanging of the Greens, where we put in the greenery in our church, put up the tree, put in the wreaths, you know, the whole Christmas thing. And yes, I know it's before Thanksgiving, but this year, those who are able to participate, the committee, the team that decided that this is their event, those people are not available this year for the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so we're doing it the Saturday before Thanksgiving. We'll just have to have our stuff up a week early. But, you know, since the stores have had their stuff up since last month sometime, Don't get me started with that, but anyway, we can put ours up a week early. Okay, let's see. Step 1 is to, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to divide that and then put the aura because that's easier for me, and I don't know why I'm drawing it in the angle that I am, because, well, that wasn't easier for me at all. I didn't control my pen. Let's try again. Oh, that much better. That one went better. Oh, there goes the UPS truck, which means I will probably get a knock on the door because my son sent me a text that said, "I'm expecting a package, Mom." That's a little more consistent. Yeah. Oh, he drove right by. Huh. Unless he's parking between us and the neighbor, which is possible. One on the top and one on the bottom. And look at that, looks exactly the same. Except for my wonky one. B. So then, in each square, we want to do a big wide one going this way. And we can fill it in various ways. So I think I'm going to wait for the filling in till I decide what I want to do. If I want dark in there or if I want to do lighter. Be easier for me to go this way so that they're lined up pretty well. Okay, and then what? Then we do swoops. Swoops from here to here. And on the other side. But I'm going to do them all the first one first. Just so I don't get confused. I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to go the other way. Oop, that didn't get enough of a swoop. What happened to my swoop? confused. Don't like it when I get confused. All right. Look at that. That's interesting. Okay. I think I am going to put the dark in there. Yeah. Wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not, so. Let's finish this step. Well, that was interesting. UPS came by but didn't go to the door. That's okay. Anyway, I was talking about decorating for Christmas, wasn't I? We've decided this year to update our Christmas ornaments. They've been around for several years and they're starting to get pretty tattered. You know, the ornaments that I have at home, I've had forever. I mean, since my husband and I got married, we started a ornament collection and we've gathered over the years, and they're not fraying and coming apart near as badly as the ones we bought for church. And perhaps it's just because, you know, on a church budget, we did not purchase the most expensive ornaments in the world. The ones I have at home, when we first got married, my husband and I, you know, had relatively good income and not a whole lot of expenses. Yes, we had a mortgage and a car payment, but you know, no kids or anything, and we lived in a modest home, and so we had some money. We don't anymore, but we did then. And one of the things we enjoyed doing every year was picking out, I don't know, 2 or 3, maybe 4 really expensive Christmas ornaments and gifting them to each other. So I'm hazarding to guess that some of our ornaments were upward of, I don't think I spent more than $25 or $30 on one. And that's expensive for a Christmas ornament, $30 for one. And especially 30 years ago, that would be probably what, equivalent of closer to $100 for one ornament. I mean, we spent some money, and must say they're lasting a very long time. They're excellent, beautiful, handcrafted ornaments. I preferred them if they were, you know, from local artisans at art shows and so forth, that were blown glass and just heavy and just beautiful. You know, the ones at church, not so much. We had a budget. So, yeah, they're kind of falling apart. So we have a small budget, and we've gone and we've purchased some new ornaments. So I'll be interested to see how it goes. We're moving our decorations from red and gold is what our previous sort of theme was. And so we're moving into, we decided this year to go with blues and silvers. blue, silver, and white. And in order to continue to remain on budget, our kids are going to work on some crafts, which include repurposing some of the old balls that are still in relatively good shape. If they're not completely falling apart, one of the ladies at church is going to spray paint them all white and then let the kids go to town with some glue and some glitter, with some silver and some blue glitter. We're gonna have glitter everywhere, but that's all right. They will be entertained while the adults put up the tree and all the garland and all the ribbon and so forth, because we have to switch out all the ribbons and everything. That's going to take a while. While the adults are doing that, the kids are going to be repurposing some ornaments, and I think they're going to have a whole lot of fun. You know what? I'm not sure I want to do that same on both sides. I'm going to do this side first on all of them and then see what I decide I want to do. I may want to put my stripe going the other way or something. So anyway, it'll be a fun night. We will have a potluck beforehand, and then we'll put all the decorations up, and we'll put on some Christmas tunes, and then afterward we will all gather around the piano, assuming that our pianist attends, which he usually does. And we will sing more Christmas carols together. And it's just a really fun community time. I miss that sometimes. There have been years where our family, our schedules, the way work turns out, that when we're at home, we're not all of us home at the same time to put up Christmas stuff. So like last year, I was at work and my husband and my son, I believe it was last year, put up the tree. That's as far as they got. Oh, well, no, I take it back. That was the year before. Last year, I think it was my son and I. But anyway, it's very rare for all three of us to be home at the same time putting up Christmas decorations. So that's just something that it's a tradition that I really miss. And so when we're able to do it at church with the church family, it just feels right, you know? I think on this side I want to do it. I'm not sure I want to do it at all. Yeah. This is a good pattern. It reminds me, when I look at it like this, it reminds me of a mid-century modern pattern that might be on wallpaper or even a sofa back in the 50s, doesn't it? Guess I'm waxing nostalgic today. Yeah, I like it. I like it like that. when it gets into December, hoping to maybe, I have a friend who put out a couple of albums, one of them being a Christmas album. I'm hoping to get permission from her to use her music in the background while I draw, so that I don't get flagged for content ID, that I get permission ahead of time. And then I'll be able to have some Christmas tunes on while I'm drawing. That would be kind of nice. And she has just a, oh my gosh, beautiful voice. So I will have to contact my friend and find out. She no longer lives here. She used to be a member of our church, but she no longer lives here. So I will have to get on the interwebs and contact her. You know, I actually like it that way better than that way. But anyway, that's the way the pattern goes. It's called Dinah. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. I kind of like it like that. I don't even think it really needs shading. This is one of those patterns that just kind of just calls to be more plain. Yeah, I think I'm done. Alright, so we're going to do D-I-N-A-H. And call it a day. And I will go decorate the church. There we go. All right, folks. You guys have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.